I'm going to show you how to embed a file in Adobe Illustrator 2019. So first of all, if you're not already using it, I would recommend that you go and set your put your setup to Essentials Classic, opposed to just Essentials. Here's just Essentials, and you'll notice that this really handy little palette disappears up at the top, and I actually really enjoy using that and use it a lot. So please set it up for Classic. I'm going to be using some various tools, so I'm going to pull them out. For example, I need to use the pen tool, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and that actually worked pretty quickly for me. Sometimes I have to do that 2 or 3 times. So let me do the same thing with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to this little triangle. I'm going to put my mouse tool on it, and then I'm going to rip it away. So, okay, there we go. If you need them to go back, you just click, boom, there it is. Let's do it one more time now. Okay, so I'm going to be using those. And this is the direct select tool. I will not be needing the group tool today. And this is the pen tool, and I will also be adjusting the anchor point. So another thing that I will need today is I will need the links palette. So I'm going to Windows, Links. Pull that over here. I don't need actions, so I'm going to pull that off and get rid of it. Apparently, I'm not going to get rid of it. Okay, there we go. Now, okay, so I'm going to place a file. I'm going to go to File, Place. Notice I'm not pasting anything in. I want to place it in. So go in and locate it. I'm going to use this one that we actually used in Photoshop as well. Actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to step back a moment. So again, going to File, Place. I'm going to scroll down and grab that file again. There we are. Now, I've selected the file, and I suddenly have some options. I have the option to link it, a template, show import options. I believe the default is that it comes in linked. But what I want this to be is not linked. So I come in here and click this. So I'll go ahead and place. I get the little icon of the image, and I'm just going to click. Now, this is a really large image, so I'm going to zoom out because I want you to see that there is no X in the middle of this piece. And this is telling me that this piece is embedded. I can go on further to confirm that by going over here, and it gives me the option to unembed. Okay, if it was linked, I would not have that option. And this is what I want. Let me go ahead and get rid of this and show you what it would look like if it's linked. So I'm going to go to File, Place, and I'm going to, you see nothing's here except import options. So go down and get the file. Okay, so those come up again. They've turned blue. That means that they are options for me. I'm going to click linked and then select place. And I want you to see what happens. See? For crying out loud. I just clicked it too small. Okay, there we go, place. Now you'll notice when it is linked that it's got an X in it. And if you accidentally do this, you can come over here and you can click on here and say Embed Image. It has to be selected when you do that, and you'll notice that that X goes away. It's important that you embed the image in here because it will save a copy of that image into your Illustrator file. That way, when you pass it on to me, I will have the ability to see this file. If you link it, you would also need to give me the linked file. So it's important that you take your time on this and get this done correctly. Now to resize this, because obviously this is too large, I'm going to grab my regular selection tool and to proportionately resize in Adobe Illustrator 2019, you do have to push on the Shift key while dragging. So pull that up there. Okay. Control 0 to get to the original size. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my layer palette. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to open that up and I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to lock that. And I'm going to close that. So that is now locked and you can see the little lock icon next to the visibility. Now what I'm going to do is create a new layer on top of that and grab my pen tool. Actually, I want to get rid of the okay. I need to get rid of the fill so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So in another video, we've gone over using the pen tool. So I'm not going to refine this. I'm just showing you the basics. Again, if you want to do things like convert the points and so on, you would use that. But basically, now what I can do is I can shut this off and I've got that shape.